My son needed a liver transplant. I'm not a match because he isn't my biological son. I, 26 Meg, have been together with my wife, 26 F, since our school days. We share a 4-year-old child, or so I believed. Earlier, he had to be rushed to the hospital because he somehow got into my wife's sleeping medication. She insists she secured the lid properly and stored them in her drawer, yet he somehow found them and managed to open the child-proof lid and ingested a considerable amount. He encountered acute liver failure, and we were informed he might need a transplant. Naturally, I volunteered to help, and they conducted all necessary tests, including blood and tissue compatibility, etc. The results came back, and I was informed I'm not a match due to my blood type. If I recall correctly, the exact phrasing was, "There is an unexpected discrepancy in the blood we tested." The doctor repeatedly mentioned it would be better if he could speak to me privately away from my wife, but she was adamant about staying. Now I understand why, but back then, I was perplexed. Eventually, she allowed me to leave, and the doctor revealed that my blood type is O, I knew that, while my son's is AB. I'm not naive, and I understood what he was implying. He probably couldn't say it directly, so I inquired if that meant it's impossible for me to be his biological father, to which he confirmed. I refrained from causing a scene in the hospital and chose to return home. I yearned to be with my son. I understand he isn't actually mine, but I've been his father for 4 years. I realized I wouldn't be able to maintain my composure. Fortunately, all the tests conducted were precautionary, and thankfully the worst didn't occur. His liver has managed to recover and he is on the path to recovery. I still have not received any answers from her, and honestly, I don't want any. I know she was unfaithful and that child isn't mine. That's all the information I require. I decided to move out and let her remain in the house since she has him, and I can't displace him from his home. I'm currently residing at my mother's place while I figure out my next steps. I'm not particularly adept at handling my emotions, but I must admit this has deeply affected me. It feels akin to when my best friend passed away, even though I haven't suffered that kind of loss in this instance, and I truly don't know how to proceed. I've essentially lost my wife and my son simultaneously, and it's been over a week since that revelation, and I'm still lost. She has been inundating my phone with messages and calls, pleading to talk and requesting that I allow her to explain. She claims it meant nothing and insists that her love is only for me, but I have no desire to listen. Nothing she says will mend anything. I'm not taking her back, and I couldn't care less about her explanations. However, I can't just abandon my little boy. I've been his dad for his entire life, and that bond doesn't vanish merely because we lack a biological connection. But it also means I have no rights to visit him when I proceed with the divorce. I feel utterly foolish for not recognizing any signs. The likelihood of her cheating once and becoming pregnant is slim, so realistically I am aware it must have happened multiple times. And I never had a hint, never suspected that the child I raised for 4 long years wasn't genuinely mine.